Hello, this is Mick Foley, and you are listening to James and Florence on the Forum.
Hi, everyone. This is James Patrick from the Forum Celebrity Podcast, and Florence and I are ready to go for our next video with this. We found some information, and we're excited to share it. How are you, Florence, on this great Sunday?
I'm doing great, James. Excited to be here.
That's fantastic. Let's get right into it. The first couple things we wanted to talk about, there were rumors going around that Dave Halls was actually on the set of The Crow after Brandon Lee was killed, and that's not true. He was on the second Crow movie, which Brandon Lee obviously was already passed away. There was a new actor. So those rumors, I saw a few people putting up some podcasts on it, some videos, and that's false. That's not true. Another thing we found out about Hannah Reid, I haven't seen anyone on set that just flat out admits that they were doing it, but supposedly they were doing something called plinking, which is doing target practice on things. You shoot cans of beer, whatever, on a fence or whatever. And supposedly they were doing that. And that's possibly how the live rounds got mixed up with the rest of the prop guns. So what's really incriminating is that when the police came, she said there's no live rounds on set. I don't know what you're talking about. And then when she gave the gun, there was a casing from a live round in the gun that she took out and then handed the police the gun. That is unbelievable. So I think Hannah's in deep trouble with all of this, but the others could be too. We want to talk about get into, everyone's discussing it, the video that has gone viral online of Alec Baldwin stopping and talking to the paparazzi. And Florence, I'm fascinated for you to tell us what happened and what you think.
Yes, Alec Baldwin did break his silence and did finally speak with the paparazzi. They were stalking his family, as he put it. He has very young children, and he felt he and his wife made the decision, let's address them, let's talk to them, answer their questions, and then this way, hopefully, they'll move on and we can go on with our day. And basically, he just wanted to let people know that this wasn't just some woman that was hired on the set. This wasn't just some coworker. It was a friend of his, Helena. He's been in touch with the husband and, of course, her young 9-year-old son. Alex feels very badly. It wasn't something that I think he ever would have imagined in a million years would happen. And he just wanted to let people know that there is an investigation going on and that he cannot answer any questions. And that until the investigators come out with their findings, he is to remain silent. He basically wanted to let the world know how he was feeling.
Now, a lot of people are asking questions. Why would he even speak out to the paparazzi? And also, why would he even be out?
If it were me, in all honesty, I would not have spoken. I would have gotten a good lawyer. And just like the Laundries with the Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito case, their lawyer told Roberta and Chris Laundrie, Brian's parents, do not speak to the press, do not speak to anyone. And they didn't, and nobody can accuse them of. Again, I think that he and his wife were trying to go back to a normal routine. I can't imagine doing that at this point. I think this is something he's going to live with for the rest of his life. And I would have listened to my lawyer. I think it's there forever.
Now, another thing that we wanted to talk about is that I've reached out to IATSE, the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees. They're the union that handles all the workers on movie sets and television. And Dutch Merrick did an interview that was very interesting. Now, he is a 25-year armorer, one of the best in the business. He's also a past president of IATSE, and he's been in contact, and if I'm butchering that, I'm sorry, but he's also been in contact with a lot of people on set, and he's very in the know of what happened. He stated that what happened for 3 weeks, the staff and all the production crew were not getting paid. They went from a nice hotel to a very downgraded hotel. They were getting upset at also some of the things that they thought it was very unorganized, slipshod. You got to realize that when you're on a movie set, you have to be very anal. You have to do everything right. You have to do everything in time. Time is money. Now, Dutch says when you handle a gun and you give a gun to a person, one, obviously, the armorer is the only one that touches the ammo and the gun. He states, when I hand it to him, I ask, where are you going to point it? I also tell them, keep your finger off the trigger until you fire. If you're practicing or whatever, do not put your finger on the trigger. 3, you point it in a safe direction and never at a person, which is gun ownership 101, as many of us know. Always treat it as it was loaded, obviously. Now, what he has said that really kind of was a bombshell to me, he stated that they had gone to lunch, that they were way behind schedule, and the AD, Dave Halls, when he gave the gun to Alec, the armor wasn't there. So Hannah wasn't even there, which is totally against what they do, their safety procedures. They wanted to save time. They wanted to get going. They knew they hadn't come back, but I think that's what happened is Dave said, let's get this moving. Alex said, let's go. He gave the gun thinking that Hannah had set it up and it was safe and no one checked it. Dave Halls has admitted to police he did not check all the chambers and it was shot. Supposedly he was doing some drawing. You know how you draw in the Westerns? He was drawing and the gun went off and it shot. This is just so unacceptable. Everyone's at fault. There's so much nastiness going on, or so much irresponsibility going on. And what's interesting is some of you has also asked about the insurance. They did not have the proper insurance. Well, they had the proper insurance, but they didn't have something that's called a completion bond. A completion bond, as many of you in the know realize, is a bond that is an umbrella policy should anything really extremely bad happen. Now, Randy Greenberg, who's a producer and film finance consultant, has stated, one of the best in the biz, he said, this is where a lot of these indie movies cut corners. And he said, it's the last place you should cut corners. When asked why did they cut corners, he said, it's super expensive. Again, money. It's usually 2% the cost of the film's budget. Now, this is just unacceptable to not have that, but they didn't have that. What's going to happen if also Dave Halls has another person that worked on another film in 2019 that said he was also very irresponsible. He was very flippant with the weapons. There was no meetings, safety meetings. There was no nothing. It was just kind of slip shots, and that's not the way you do a film. So that's what we have right now. That's some of the new things that we found out. Some of you might have already known these things, but these are kind of blowing us away, this stuff that we're finding out. Florence, I hope that no one has to go through this again. I hope changes are made, whatever happens. I just want there to be good movies, safe movies. The movie industry has issues itself with quality, but I want a safe environment. And hopefully this will finally wake up the movie industry to spend the extra money. They sure have no problem making the millions, but they have to spend the extra money to keep these great workers safe.
Absolutely. I do hope whenever there's a tragedy, especially involving a gun, I do hope it makes people look at this situation, just as what happened with Brandon Lee in Crow, the movie The Crow. I hope something is done. I mean, they have these amazing people. They can come up with something that looks like a real gun. There is no reason there should be anything on a movie set that could potentially kill somebody. There are ways. It's just such a tragedy.
Now, we are not political. We are not looking at things. Some of you, if you get a candy bar, it's a political decision. That's just not us. We are not here we don't hate Alec Baldwin. We don't adore Alec Baldwin. We are just trying to tell you what we have found out and the facts, and you need to decide what you feel. But again, facts are greater than opinions. We don't want biased opinions don't matter in these situations. It's the facts. And the facts are that many things were done improperly, irresponsibly, and it's unacceptable. Life was lost and a family destroyed because of this, and this is just unacceptable. We will have a Gabby Petito video out Wednesday morning. We've got some new things. We're going to answer some of the crazy conspiracies and some of the not so crazy questions that people have. And so we thank you all for supporting us. Click that like button and please subscribe to get all of our videos, and please comment. We do look over the comments. We don't like bullying. If you disagree, that's okay, but we don't like bullying. So we delete the comments and we don't allow people that are attacking other people. We're very appreciative of our followers and our listeners. So we want a safe, non-bullying environment. So take care, and we'll see you Wednesday, and we will let you know then when our next Alec Baldwin video will come out. Take care. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks for the support.